Hello again, folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. I'm your Game Master Darius. Last we left off, we had leveled up after slaying a mighty dragon. It was pretty damn cool. It was a nice fight. I had gone off camera and equaled out everyone's experience bars. For some reason, Aravius was like 50 experience points behind everyone else, which was weird. That was weird. It was weird. But pretty much how I leveled up, I gave Idir one more point of survival, and I gave him the ability of Fearless, which makes him immune to being frightened and terrified. Which, yeah, reducing accuracy and reducing more accuracy. Yeah, nah, that sucks. Aravius, I did not give him any more skills because he did not have the skill points to do so. But I did give him Nature's Mark. Where is it? Nature's Mark, Nature's Mark, Nature's Mark. Yeah. Aster Druid spells, Nature's Mark. Once per encounter, basically, spell mastery is what it was, and it gave him the ability to take one of his low-level spells and turn it into an per encounter ability. And this makes it so as an AoE effect lowers deflection and reflexes, which is neat. Grieving Mother got 2 new lores. Oh no, she got 1 lore, so more spell casting, and she got 2 new spells. One is Ringleader, which allows her to dominate targets for roughly 14 seconds, which is neat. And then Detonate, which just blows a motherfucker up. Just boom. Destroyed, which is glorious. Sagani, my beloved, got 1 more point in survival, so that puts her at a totally necessary 14. Yeah, and I gave her defensive bond, makes it so as both her and her animal companions, well, animal companion, get plus 15 defense against AoE attacks, which is neat. Liliana, I had given mechanics of 1 because I have no clue what the upper echelon of mechanics is going to be. And then I gave her Dirty Fighting, which will convert 10% of her hits into crits. And then finally, Talos, who I gave 1 point of survival because screw me, I guess. And gave him the Aegis of Loyalty, which makes it so has it is a passive, but Charm, Dominate, and Confuse attackers get negative 20 accuracy, minimum damage against confused, charmed, dominated characters, and additional effects. So he does less damage against his dominated characters. But also, characters hit by, well, Talos, get the charmed, dominated, and confused effects removed. So he's going to do minimum damage when he does hit them, which is still like 27 thanks to Tidefall. But still.
Yeah?
Yeah. I saw Pearlwood Bluff here, and I thought to myself, boy howdy, that sure looks like a cliffy area. Perhaps, maybe, Zagani's quest is going to be continued over in this direction. Long hunt. When I examine the bear section, I have come to Pearlwood Bluff, which reminds me of the vision I had of Persoq. I will have to keep my eyes out for him here.
Easy does it.
That said, still gotta do the steam.
Do these look like the cliffs from your vision?
Yes. So that's spelled. Ow. No way sneaking around, hoping things don't. Oh, that's a verm. That's a lot of worms. Not just a worm. Some worms and some xaurips.
teach you a lesson.
And a high priest. That poor unfortunate high priest.
Show 'em how it's done.
Oh, and a forest lurker. See, everyone's come to enjoy the fight today. Here, trip the troll. That's not a troll. Still, trip it. Alright, now if everyone could kill the worms before they kill Grieving Mother. Wait, another forest lurker? Where?
Sure.
Oh, there. Diagonally.
Show 'em how it's done.
Well, at least we managed to catch him off guard beforehand. How did I catch him off guard? I don't know. Now just a few more forest lurkers and maybe I'll be able to get all that in there. This is why we explore before the things happen. So this is looking very cliffy. Oh, wind blight, where? Level. I swear that the game does not fully calculate the distance between where I am and where the enemy actually is, because half the time for a while now, the game's just been like, oh hey, you see this thing? Where? Ooh, that's a lot of primal wind. Oh. Leave no alchemical thing behind. Where forest lurker? Oh, forest lurker be lurking. I'm really liking the tide blade that we got. I don't know. I think that might have been a worthy. Ooh, that is. Thinking for a second. That's a big drake. That's a big bitch. Aravis. Don't know what you're doing, buddy. We're slowed. Come on. Okay. Now one of those off.
Mm-hmm.
Ow. Yep. I knew that someone was gonna kick the bucket because, let's face it, the second that stupid goddamn spell gets off, it's pretty much bad timesville waiting to happen. Do I rest? Both the parties looking pretty low. Both the party? Two of the party. Rest. Ah, the trail has been completed. 3 more turns till the celebrant's dirge is done. Let's see the forum. Let's do the library. Save just in cases. Oh. Well, that's a body. Let's see if we can't finish exploring a little bit before we examine said body. Nah, appears to be it. Acorn hat. Money. The bay below, waves roll toward Defiance Bay. Maybe over in this far corner over here then. Oh, hi. Alright then. As you reach the edge of the cliff bluff, you recognize the exact location from the vision of Persoq. He was here not long ago. Pagani stands alert, the Adra statue in one hand while she scans the cliff. You close your eyes, feeling the ether for some trance of Persoq's presence. The darkness behind your eyelids takes shape. You feel Persoq running through the forest this time, hurtling and dashing around rocks and trees. The scenery whizzes by too fast. You can't make out the details between the blurred greenery. Something looms out of the trees ahead of you. Persoq finally stops in front of an Adra arc. 4-6? Survival 8? You recognize a natural arc made of Adra. You got something like that out of Ir Glenfath across the water from Twin Elms. I know where to look next for Persoq.
Then I'll follow. In these visions, I don't suppose you're getting a sense for who Persoq is now.
Someone who appreciates the scenery? Nothing against these stuffy forests, but you haven't seen the southern lights over Nasitik.
At least we're getting closer. Seems like we've made more progress together than I've made in a year.
But what was he like?
That depends on who you ask. I talked to everyone in Masuk before I left. I heard he was a strong leader, a dependable builder, a caring grandfather, a wise elder, a generous neighbor, a cunning negotiator.
Might as well be one of those impossibly perfect heroes from Adir epics. People remember the things about him that matter the most.
The odd thing is, many in Masuk weren't much older than me when Persoq passed. And yet everyone wanted to make sure he heard about something in particular. Our trade with the Amawa, our successful hunts, peace with neighboring villages.
She kicks another pebble over the edge. Itamak follows its arcs, his ears forward. Persoq accomplished a lot that affected all the Masuk.
It just seems odd that so few of us remember him beyond the things he did for the village. Most of his family members, the ones who knew him, are in their twilight years now. And Persoq was too busy to spend much time with his younger relatives.
Change the village? That's worth remembering.
Perhaps you're right.
Enough chatter from me, or Persoq will find himself a new body before we even get to this one. Lost some money to bandits, but I earned a lot. Okay, bear with me. Shut up and bear with me here. I swear I had something potion-y. Do I have anything that can just straight up increase my lore? Wait. No, it wasn't you. I could have sworn there was someone in my party that was currently equipped with something that increased my lore. Intellect. Oh no. I'm realizing it might have been freaking Alas. Okay. No worry about it. Maybe I gotta scroll. Because then I can just reload, cast the spell, make sure that the goddamn thing is set to the right setting so I can affect my party members. I do have scrolls. I know I have scrolls. Overseeing is not lore, right? Nope. Type. Yeah, these aren't going to increase lore, dar. Are you fire? Reflection, attack speed. Man, I swear I had something that increased my lore by like 2. Actually, wait. Dumb question, I'm sure. What is my current lore? Can I even get it up? Yeah, I only need 2 more lore. Oh, Arguis Adra is also increasing my lore by 1. I have no base lore. It is just the stuff that is increasing my lore. Don't think you can cast a spell to increase my lore. Not without it being the middle of combat. Vivol. Nope. Nope. God, this is the kind of shit that I mean. It's like Vivol, Windstones, damn it. I have anything that increases lore. Prevents death. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a good one, but not in this circumstance. Scroll of Mist-Barrage. That might be useful someday. Might, dexterity, perception, yeah. Okay, but I could have sworn I had something else that increased lore. I do not doubt that I just have it on a different character that is not in the party. Perception 2. I mean, her I just need to equip as something else. Guarding accuracy. I know I do this pretty much any singular time that there's like a big thing that had happened. But man, I want to see if there's any of the additional information that we can get. Damn it. Well.
Sure.
I got some info. What was the info? Long hunt. And then Persoq has already left. Says he's on. Idir had seen the arch before. He said it was on the shores of Bale Lake on the opposite side of Twin Elms. I can't go there, can I, right now? I mean, like, there's Twin Elms. I can't go over there. Darn it. Should we at least then see about the goddamned Uzamaduzit the thing? Well, what's it? The guy that's threatening taking over our land. Because boy howdy, if he thinks he's going to gun off easy on this, I'm going to get violent. And what was that? Galfol, the drunkard, returned to Direford to much hostility, but was able to defuse the situation. Thanks to your help, He's able to pay off his debt. Well, good for him. Alright, what places do we even have in here? There's the Crucible Keep. All Palace, Alien Embassy. There's the Temple of Wardica that we have to get into. Alright, what was the quest exactly? The one that people were like, oh. Alright, so we gotta go to the Crucible Keep in order to get the suit of armor. Okay, I do have some foreknowledge that we can align ourselves with some of the people that are within this place. We don't care for House Dominal. And the Guild of Vale, I'm a champion, that's good. So I'm pretty much just trying to decide whether or not I want to be good among the Crucible or the folks over in Copper Lane. But who knows, maybe if I do this right, the people in Crucible won't give a damn. At least that's what I'm hoping. I called them in the Crucible simply because I do not remember what it is that they actually are called. Hoping I didn't screw up like Sagani's companion quest or whatever you want to call it. Okay, also, who am I looking for? Ostrich, a trainer at the Expedition Hall in Copperlane, told me the breastplate would be somewhere in the Crucible Keep. Mentioned that Pinhelm, the keeper of the armory, was one of the officers who had him expelled, unlikely to return the heirloom willingly. So I'm looking to steal it from Pinhelm. What brings you business to the keep? Aldmar gives you an appraising eye. Judging by the scars on his face, he's lucky to be able to do that much. Every day we get more from the hinterlands pouring into the Defiance Bay. Keeps us busy on the watch, it does. Look like you recently arrived yourself. Goes on in Crucible Keep. This is the headquarters of the Crucible Knights, so it's where we store arms and armor, as well as where many of our soldiers bunk. Commander Clivers? In the back, making plans, as usual. He scratches a scarred cheek. You'll find the forge at the west end of the building, along with our master smith, Dunstan. There's also a shrine to the golem if you're a praying type. West. There's no one in here. Well, that's Dunstan. Ooh, wait, you're a blacksmith.
If this is about the breastplates, I already told Cleaver they won't be repaired till next week.
Oh my god, he is! One of the pieces of the blade of the endless paths. Found all the pieces of this ancient sword. You think you could repair it? Aye, it would be a privilege to. Not often to lay eyes on such a fine craftsmanship. It'll take some time, but I guarantee it'll be worth the wait. He beams. Finest work I've ever done, if I may say so. It's only a shame I can't take all the credit for it. Something else on your mind? Alright. We've been through like 13 levels of like hell of a dungeon to get this. What does it do? It is a two-handed S-Talk that does piercing damage. Superb, so it's 12 accuracy and 45% damage. 20% attack speed. 10 accuracy granted to an ally attacking the same target. An Adiran explorer once held a legend of an Iguithan tomb filled with the dead empire's greatest treasures. Dead set on making a name and a fortune for himself, he had one of the finest smiths in the dire wood craft a blade worthy of its task. He descended into the place known as the Endless Paths of Audnua and was never heard from again. His possessions were scattered by the strange evils that dwelled within, and his priceless blade was shattered. So it's completely piercing damage. Huh. Always strange to think of a large two-handed weapon as a, I mean, it's superb. It's only one off from being legendary. Damn. Do I want to enchant it with an element? That is 25% more damage. I suppose if anything, I would want to put shock on it. I don't know. We'll see. But, Blade of the Endless Paths. So it does the same amount of damage as the Tidefall. A Tidefall restores our health, restores our endurance, and inflicts damage over time, and it's also superb. Oh man, Talos, you're spoiled for choices. Just saying, man. Put all that crap away. Vince Valor. Sorry, I'm also partially still looking at my spell options. The vain hope that I'm gonna find something I could use. Ah. Oh, the Celebrant Surge is done. This is the end of the who there was blame, violent god. The violent death of the two Magranite priests at Evandir Bridge generated grief and outrage at the Godhammer Cathedral. Citadel, rather. Did not take long for Aloth to discover that radical red Sarens were responsible. Two wizards had placed the curses that had killed the priests, but they were backed by dozens of Red Saren veterans from the Saints' War. As the wizards had no interest in negotiating with Aloth on the Magranites, a battle erupted, much of which running over the same fields that saw combat during the war. In the end, the wizards were killed and the remaining Red Sarens were routed. The priests that had died in the initial attack were buried near the bridge, and the ceremonial gloves of the senior priest were given to Aloth as thanks. 2,121 experience, money, and an average item. 10% chance to cast Holy Meditation when hit or critically hit, and 10% area of effect. Oh. Oh, that's something to give to Grieving Mother, I think. Neat. I still love that, though. Money and items. Hell, I forget how much money it even gave me. Yes, that's you, Grieving Mother. Oh, don't tell me that they're all the way on Aloth. I'm gonna give you this belt, though. I mean, okay, it makes sense that Aloth was the one that was given it. It doesn't mean I have to like it. So yes, I guess that means at some point I gotta go back and get to Aloth in order to... get him to do the thing. But I'm gonna go ahead, call an episode here. Is this episode 53? Good lord. When we return, we have to see a jerk about a suit of armor. Possibly. Thank you everyone so very much for watching. I hope you're all enjoying the series as much as I'm loving playing it. And as always, I hope to see you all in the next video. Take care. Cheers.